I'm Rajinder Sachdeva, Chief Operating Officer in Volvo Asia Commercial Vehicle Limited, and I'm very happy to be amongst you. And today I will present thoughts on how do we meet the customer value and the business challenges which are becoming extremely stressed in the CV industry through the virtual product development. So that's the topic of my discussion today. And here I will also cover how do we simulate the real driving cycle emissions in the laboratory, and then try to simulate the real life situation in the laboratory, so that overall number of iteration and number of compliances deviation can be reduced. That thing. And also, how do we use virtual engineering not only for that ICE internal combustion engines technology, but also for the electromobility, which is the future technology, which on which we all of us are working. So coming back to, we all know that challenges for commercial vehicle industries are huge, and because they are the earning machines for the owners. So all the elements of the cost, be it the fuel cost, tire cost, tolls, driver cost, finance cost, all are very important for him to control that thing. And fuel cost is the highest. Unlike in Europe, where fuel cost is less than 10%, in India it is about 38%. And that becomes the very, very important cost. And then uptime is also very important for the Indian fleet owners. Uptime means more the time vehicle is on the road, and that means more his earning. And then, of course, that new dimension which are coming in the market, like tolls and tire cost, all those issues are very, very important. And this was the challenge which has to be met apart from BS6 compliances, for which the Indian CV industry got the lowest time globally. I can say that we got only 3 year time. And in these 3 year time, we had to develop the entire BS6 range, ensuring fuel efficiency, uptime, and other maintenance cost, that controlling all those issues. And there, we Indian industry worked very hard, and there the virtual engineering, virtual product development was the key for our, which came to our help, which ensured that within that small window of development, we could introduce the product. And here I'm very happy and proud also that how the VCV also, with the support of Volvo Group, also BS6 product range was developed. Almost 500 new variants and models were developed and introduced as per schedule on 1st April 2021. Here, I benefit of virtual product development. We know that we can develop the robust design concept, and early verification of the vehicle performance is possible. Reduced number of prototype means lesser product development cost, and time to market is reduced. That means 30% time to market can be reduced if we follow the virtual simulation and virtual testing processes. And as I said that we had got 3 years to develop the BS6 range. And good thing was that we had got handy in our hand that Volvo Group new product development process was there with us. And this is called R&D 30 process. And this is what we have implemented at VCV. And it ensures that overall time to market is reduced by 30% by taking help of the virtual engineering and virtual product development techniques. And here we can see here that technology development is the first phase which has to be done. After that, there's a virtual product introduction. And the third is that industrialization of the product. And in this slide, this is the R&D 30 process, which is Volvo Group use, and now VCV also use that thing. Here, just to simplify the things, the three key distinct area: technology creation and innovation, virtual product development, that's the phase 2, and phase 3, the industrialization and commercialization. And this helped us to reduce the time to market by 30%. And how this virtual product development covering testing and simulation has helped us. This has helped us in all the areas: fuel efficiency, emissions, robust aggregate, driver productivity, safety, increased payload. In these areas, on the internal combustion engine technology, diesel technology, CNG technology, it has helped. And also it has helped us on the electric vehicle development, electromobility development. And as you know that Indian customer, like globally, is becoming very demanding. He wants uptime, he wants fuel efficiency, he wants lowest acquisition cost and total cost of ownership, and also aftermarket service. Whenever he need that that service should be available to him. And from that perspective, fuel efficiency, which is a very, very integral part of his operating cost management, emission is a regulatory need, robust aggregate ensure the uptime, and driver productivity on the ride comfort handling at an NVH, which ensure that driver productivity is enhanced, and safety is again led by the regulation, and increased payload ensure that his operating economy is better. On all these accounts, how the virtual testing and simulation has helped, virtual product development techniques have helped. That's what I will like to cover there. Coming first to the fuel efficiency, here a complete vehicle has been modeled where the calibration, driving cycle, environment, driver model, and vehicle variants, all that uh, aggregate covering engine, vehicle, aerodynamics, tire have been modeled in the vehicle. And using that technique of the virtual engineering, we have been able to establish correlation of up to 96% between the virtual validation of fuel efficiency and the actual fuel efficiency. And that way we can change the part, we can iterate with a minimal cost and time, and that has helped us to increase the fuel efficiency. And today I proudly say that we offer products which are 4 to 10% have better fuel efficiency than the competition. And similarly, on the emission side also, we have a virtual engine technique is there, and then virtual test bed is there, virtual EATS engine after treatment system, those are developed. And we can know in the operating cycle at the various RPM and torque, which are the sweet spot where the fuel efficiency is maximum, where the emissions are highest, and which are those areas need to be attacked. And this has helped us in the base engine development for fuel efficiency and emission on the virtual test bed. Similarly, now the real driving emission cycles are becoming very important. In-service compliance, which is coming from BS6 OBD2 system, which is getting implemented from 1st April 2023. And there also now that portable emission measurement system, which is called PEMS, that will be used for the in-service. The actual driving cycle will be tested and compliances will be checked. And in each of the segment, we have to ensure that our product behaves, and that emission warranties of the order of 7 years, we have to ensure all the manufacturers have to ensure that vehicle meet the in-service compliance. And there, how the virtualization has helped all the variant, all the ambient condition and aging condition of the after treatment system. And here you can say that we create first the extended verification metrics at the 0 hours, then aged calibration that is done on the virtual test bed, limited validation of worst case combinations are done, and after that we do actual physical testing, we do that. And there, if we see that thing, that 80% efforts are put in the stage 1, which is 0 hour calibration, 60% in the aged calibration, 50% in the worst case calibration, and only 40% effort will be put on the actual physical accumulation of the mileage to ensure that in-service compliances are met. So this is a huge reduction in time and effort and cost, which ensure that across the variant, we can ensure that in-service compliances as per the BS6 emission norm defined in the OBD2. And similarly, model-based verification on the test bed, virtual test bed is done, where the calibration, driving cycle, environment, across the variant and each staging, that is validated, and even the NOx variations are also modeled. SCR temperature, which is very critical for the regeneration purposes, that is also modeled, which ensure that in no case we should be going beyond the BS6 emission. Similarly, for the uptime, engine is the heart of the vehicle. There the durability and performance through the various simulation techniques is managed. And cylinder-headed block, which is actually thermomechanical fatigue, which is one of the very critical area, that also correlation is established and validation is done, so that to ensure that the required life of 500,000 kilometers in the field. And here we can see that on the in-cylinder combustion, CO emission profile, tumble ratio, and the P theta curves on the CFD, crystallization, which is very important in the commercial vehicle, SCR technology, through the computational fluid dynamics, this correlation is established. And BS6 compatible engine and exhaust system, you can see that on the left hand side, urea crystallization and urea, both in the test and CFD, They are very well matching with each other. And similarly, urea crystallization on the injector tip, we are able to simulate this thing up to 95% in the virtual thing. Now, crystallization needs a huge amount of calibration effort and the iteration, but virtual techniques helped us to reduce the time to the minimal percent. Similarly, after engine, I cover the transmission, 9-speed transmission, how the lubrication and oil churning is there. In the Excel, how the oil churning is there. On the EV gearbox, how this helps us, and similarly on the shaft design, gear design, and all the technology in terms of the oiling, in terms of the lubrication, in terms of the durability of the various gears. All that is possible today in the virtual simulation techniques, and ensure that we 500,000 kilometer life is ensured. And then engine and transmission, how they are coupled through the propeller shaft, how the modeling is done, and how the both torsion vibration and correlation, natural frequency evaluation of the clutches, structural performance of the clutches, so that driveline operation is very, very smooth. And also durability is very, very high. Making sure this modeling and virtual simulation technique helped us to reduce time and ensure that our gear shifting is very smooth, and transmission life and torsional vibration in the transmissions are minimal. Coming to the overall complete vehicle modeling and fatigue life testing. On the left-hand side, you see the road profiles on which the Indian customers drive their vehicles. That is converted into a digitized road profile. And on that, we run those full vehicle models on the digitized road, understand what are the input dynamic responses and damage is coming. And based on that, what is the fatigue life coming? Now, with this correlation, once we have established the correlation between the actual roads and the digitized road, after that, any aggregate you can change in that thing, and you can simulate without doing any physical testing. You can know that okay, what is the life of chassis, what is the life of cabin, what is the life of engine, what is the life of axles, and all the requirement on the life which is required by the Indian customer, that can be modeled and that can be verified. Similarly, on the ride comfort, which is becoming very important, and today I want to tell you that in Europe, as per SA 2651 standard, 12-hour drivability, vehicle should be so comfortable that the driver is able to drive the vehicle 12 hours on a stretch. But here in India, we have a difficulty in terms of road and in terms of the vehicle dynamics. But now, looking at the road modeling, vehicle modeling, and digital road tracks, and then using the NVH technique, we are able to provide comfort to the driver so that for the maximum kilometer, driver drives the vehicle, not only from the driving comfort from the NVH, and here also various models have been benchmarked and various techniques have been deployed so that NVH within the vehicles are minimal, and 7 to 8 dB noise reduction has been done in the vehicles. Similarly, vehicle handling through the tire forces measurement, vehicle tuning events, lane change events, brake steer events, and virtual simulation, tire life, all these things which are critical for the Indian customer today can be simulated in the virtual models, and this inputs goes in the vehicle, making the vehicles which are safer, which are comfortable to drive, and more number of kilometer driver drives. That means more kilometer vehicle is on the road, more running for the fleet owner, his profitability improves with that. Virtual analysis for driver comfort, like a door opening effort, gear shift effort, and gear shift quality, all that simulation is possible in the virtual testing, which help us to improve these cycles. On the safety side, correlation is almost 98%. On the bus rollover, cabin frontal impact analysis, underrun protection devices use, all the safety regulation today can be simulated in the virtual environment. More payload of the vehicle, more is the earning for the fleet owner, and lightweighting is one is the very, very important element. 4 to 500 kg of lightweighting has been done through the virtual simulation and CAE techniques for the optimized reinforcement, transmission housing, gearbox, steering gearboxes, various bracketry, engine after treatment bracketry. Lot of optimization has been done, and unladen weight has been reduced, which lead to the, for the same gross vehicle weight, you can increase the payload. Similarly, on the electric vehicle, which is the latest technology, and we see that by 2030, almost 30% of the Indian commercial vehicle will be switched over to the electric vehicle. That's what is the simulation. And here, development of the electric vehicle on the battery cooling circuit, internal battery cell temperature management, motor cooling airflow pattern studies. This is all is possible, and battery and motor cooling system have been optimized through fluid flow and thermal analysis. And this is where the simulation has helped. And a complete electric vehicle has been modeled, where the control system, battery management system, and electric vehicle performance, which cover range, how many kilometer vehicle can run without recharging, what are the duty cycle impact on the battery performance, how's the climate impact, 40-degree temperature, range will be different, 50 degrees centigrade range will be different. So climate impact on the range and the infrastructure availability in terms of charging can be decided. So complete EV have been modeled, and with that modeling, we can know what is the charge efficiency, what is the state of charge of the battery, what is the cooling performance, and how much based on that the range will be there for vehicle under those operating conditions. That is possible to simulate today in the laboratory, and that's where we have used that to develop our electric vehicle and made sure that our electric vehicles are meeting all the regulatory as well as customer requirements. There are, apart from these areas on internal combustion engine technology, on the EV technology, where engine, transmission, chassis, cabin, full vehicle, and various aggregate for the driver comfort and safety, and EV, that all have been simulated, but future challenges are continue to be huge. More and more legal norms are coming, compliances have to be met, market dynamics is changing, where the customer is, his profitability is tested and he wants that uptime should be further increased. So various challenges are there, which I have listed, particularly BS6 Step 2 technology, which is coming from 1st April 2023, electromobility, which I shared, connected vehicle, autonomous truck development, hydrogen fuel cell development, and a reduced CV product life with the dynamic customer needs. So this all is coming together for the next 5 to 7 years. And if we have to successful meeting the customer requirement in the shortest possible time and the lowest investment, I think this virtual simulation and testing is and virtual product development. They are the techniques which has to be used, and the Indian CV industry is moving very rapidly toward that. And I can say that today almost 70% of the complete vehicle development can be done through the virtual means, which was only 40 to 50% 5 years ago. And going forward, this 70% will go up to 80, 85% over the next 5 years. That's what we are looking at that. With that, we can bring the customer requirement, his roads, his loads, his operating condition into the laboratory, and then without spending much time on the prototype and the investment, we can simulate his condition, make sure that his uptime is maximum, fuel efficiency is maximum, his operating economy is maximum, and with that, his profitability is maximum. That is the way to move ahead. And as the Indian logistic cost today is about 12 to 13% of the overall cost of the GDP, whereas in Europe and China, it is only 6 to 7% of the GDP. If we have to cut down our logistic cost by 50% over next couple of years, I think then product has to meet the customer requirement. It has to be more productive, and the virtual product development is the way to go ahead with that thing. With this, I end my speech, and hope you have liked and you can give me your feedback. Thank you very much for listening, and we are there as a VCV for future, ready for driving modernization in the Indian CV industry. Thank you very much for patiently listening. Yes.